With many years of experience as a thief, I easily rummaged through enough money to deal with it for a while. Maybe this is the homeowner's savings. In addition, I found some of her identification documents. Coincidentally, my current appearance is not too different from the picture on her ID card. I still practice makeup regularly, even in prison. I still use the imaginary method to practice. Maybe this is why I can disguise myself to closely resemble the homeowner. I'm not very clear either. I decided to put all these identification documents in a small portable wallet. I decided to disguise myself as this girl for a while. Regardless, this action is extremely dangerous because once she finds out that her identification documents are gone, the police will have a clue to investigate my trace. But there's not any other ways. Because if you are blocked from checking in the middle of the road without identification documents, it will be even more suspicious. Besides, I also took some of her money. So even if I don't take her identification documents, she will quickly find out that her house has a thief. The female owner of this house is named Lana. This will also be my new name from now on. It seems that she is not in the habit of carrying identification documents with her. Because the place I discovered these documents is deep in the filing cabinet. That's why I held on to hope that she wouldn't find out she lost her documents too soon. That way, I'll have a little more time to act. I'm currently wearing white lace lingerie, a red velvet dress, a long black wig, and a layer of makeup on my face. There are 3 points that I think I am lacking right now, which are the shortcomings of my feet, gestures, and voice. Although my figure is as thin as a woman's, my legs are still quite rough due to the sequelae left behind by many years in prison. Now it has completely revealed its flaws when I'm wearing a dress. So I have to find a way to fix it. Perhaps you also would not want to see a lady with a dignified appearance but with rough legs, right? After rummaging through the wardrobe, I found a pantyhose that perfectly matched my skin tone. These pantyhose are very thin, so I need to be very careful when wearing it. Thankfully, I succeeded. The pantyhose bring for me a good feeling, making my legs feel softer. With it, the defect on the leg is no longer visible to the naked eye. Next are gestures and voice. Since I've never disguised myself as a woman, I'm completely ignorant about this. A woman's gestures, I can even imitate my mother in the past, but the voice seems impossible. Today, the internet has almost everything to serve all the necessities in life. I carefully powered on the computer in the house, trying not to leave a trace. Very quickly I found what I needed on the internet: how to practice speaking in a female voice. Although it was very difficult, after a few hours, I had a preliminary grasp. I also checked out some articles on women's gestures and actions and practiced them. Looking back at the clock, it's already evening. I need to get out of here quickly before the homeowner comes back. I rushed to the bus station in a hurry, and caught up with the intercity bus that went through the night. I kept going like that, without stopping for a moment. Right now, I'm quite far from the city bordering the prison forest. After coming here, I suppose I can breathe a little sigh of relief. But it seems I underestimated the professionalism of the police force. Unexpectedly, the arrest warrant spread to the whole province as small as here. I still see many policemen conducting inquiries on people. Of course, I am no exception. A policeman approached, raised his hand to greet me and asked,
"Hello, ma'am. I'm the local police officer here. As you know, the country is currently pursuing 2 criminals who have escaped from prison. Please show us your identification documents and answer a few questions."
I nodded to cooperate with the policeman, opened my wallet and took out the identification documents I got. I'm really worried on the inside, but I try not to show it on the surface. The policeman took the identification documents to review and said,
"Hello, Ms. Lana. Your address according to the identification documents is in X City, which is quite far from here. Why are you in this place now?"
I was even more afraid. X City is the city bordering the prison forest. Could this policeman be suspicious of me? But I still calmly replied.
I am currently working at a food company. I am being assigned a market survey task by the company.
I had to use this excuse, because the police were not able to confirm this information immediately. Of course, I'm not foolish enough to use the excuse to visit acquaintances. Because if he asked me to take him to an acquaintance, then I would be confused again.
What is your company?
The policeman continued to ask.
Yes, Peace Food Company.
This is the company name I came across in an advertisement while watching TV at a girl named Lana's house. I heard that this company is currently thriving, constantly expanding the market and recruiting staff, so this will be a perfect front. He continued.
This X-City is very close to the prison where 2 escaped criminals are kept. So,
Damn it, did I reveal any loopholes?
while moving here, did you come across any suspicious-looking persons?
At this point, I breathed a sigh of relief. I replied in a small voice.
Oh, I am not too concerned about the situation around me.
The officer gave me the documents back and said.
Thank you for your cooperation. I hope you will pay more attention to the situation around you from now on. These 2 criminals are quite dangerous. In order to escape, they probably use some tricks.
Yes, thank you.
I took the documents back and answered him. But in my heart I whispered, although I have sinned, but I have only stolen and never harmed anyone, what is the danger? Finished, he moved on to ask another person. I'm glad I escaped a hurdle. Come to think of it, the police probably didn't even consider that a criminal was in the form of a girl. But after this collision, I have to be even more careful. I booked a room at a hotel in the area. Although my current residence is full of intense police searches, if I leave now, it will raise suspicions even more. As soon as I entered the room, I took off my velvet dress, pantyhose, and wig for comfort. Then I lay down on the bed with only my lingerie on. I'm not in the habit of sleeping without clothes on, so I have to leave my lingerie on. I don't take my bra off either because I've been wearing it for the past few days and it gives me a weird but satisfying feeling. I fell into a deep sleep after many days of not daring to sleep. Although this is just a hotel in a small province, it still has all the necessary amenities. I woke up at 6 the next morning. Taking off my lingerie, I entered the bathroom. After being in prison for a long time, I am now very appreciative of these showers. Bathing gives me a feeling of inner peace. After taking a shower, I turn on the TV to update the current news. At the moment, TV is reporting on Peace Food Company. According to the host, this is a company that was only established in the last 5 years but quickly became a giant in the food industry. After briefly introducing the company, the host invited the company's president to speak a few words. At this point, my eyes widen because the president in the host's words is none other than that bastard Daniel. Unexpectedly, after 5 years of not seeing him, he became the president named Henry of one of the leading food companies in the country. I never believed this cunning bastard made his fortune just from doing clean business. Oh, yeah. I'm currently pretending to be a female employee in your company. It was just a coincidence at first, but it seems that the earth is quite round. I'm sure this lady will personally come and say hello to you, the handsome president.